everybody, how's it going? Nice day out here. Beautiful out, actually. Hope you guys had a good Easter weekend. Today we're gonna go and first off I gotta take this Jeep. I gotta go drop it off at a buddy of mine's house. And then after that we're gonna go head to my sister's and we're going to start framing up her new window and her door and stuff, and start taking off that old siding so we can put the new siding on, hopefully starting next weekend. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing today. So we'll get started with all that. Get the truck all loaded up here. Reframe one of her windows, and we're going to probably start taking the old siding off of her house so we can get ready to put a house wrap around it and get it ready to start putting the new siding on. So that's what we're getting into today. The next time I do a burn out one of the stumps in my yard, I'll video that and show you how that's done. I did one today, so I'll try and get a video of what it looks like tomorrow after it's already burned out, so you guys can see what it looks like after it's done. But it's beautiful outside, so I hope you guys are doing good and make the best of your day. And if you want to tag along with me today and see what I'm getting into, then I appreciate it. I don't know if you guys like this kind of content or not, you know, like a day in the life of me, I reckon. But I know there's only so much, you know, welding and bending a tubing and notching a tubing that people can watch before they get bored of that. I'm hoping to start working on the fire truck after we get this siding done, so it'll probably be another couple weeks, and then I'll be able to start working on that, and I'm gonna get the pool up and running, so that way we'll have the leisure time pool ready to go. But yeah, so come with me today and I'll show you how to tear off some siding and frame in a window. All right, so I know it's a mess, but we got the old window out. Basically, I'll show you. It was a huge window inside of a shower, which I wouldn't recommend anyway, because then the water, you know what I mean? This was like this shower was like an afterthought. You know, it used to be a bathtub here in these older houses, and they used to put windows in for your ventilation. Well, the problem runs into when people convert them to showers, the shower head comes down, lands on the old wooden seal, rots that out. So basically we're taking this and we're putting a shorter window in. It's only going to be half that. So we're only going to do the top part. So that way, I mean, we're going to change it all around. It's going to be back to a bathtub anyway. But my sister wants a smaller window at the top. So basically it had trim around it. Got to pull the trim off. There was 4 screws, 2 on each side, going through this way and through that way into the jamb. Then we had to pull the wood trim out off the outside, and then the window just pops right out. So now what we have to do is we have to frame this up. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to take 2x4s, and we're going to frame this up to the height of the new window. That way we have something to, on both sides, frame it up, and then our rough opening will be about a 1/2 inch bigger than the window, our new window is. And then we'll put another board across here, and then we'll run another stringer board straight up and down like that. So that's where we're at. I'll show you too from the outside too. All right, so from the outside, we pulled, this was the old window right here. It came out. So you see, this whole frame comes out as one unit. I'll show you here close. So on the inside, the window, there's a screw hole here, one on this other side, and one at the bottom down there through this jamb, and one on the bottom on this other side. And then this trim piece around the outside slides in there, and it just sits on the lower seal. So we're pulling all the siding off this. Had an old aluminum siding over the top of this. So of course we have a total mess. I'll show you. Here's the old aluminum siding right here. So we're pulling all this off, and then we're leaving this on. We're leaving the wood, and then what we're going to do is we're going to house wrap it, and then we're going to have to put fairing strips like this, but we're going to go vertically on the studs. We're going to find all the studs and put fairing strips like this, probably 1x3s down every stud, because that James Hardy backer board, they want you to nail through that into the studs. So here's what the opening looks like from the outside. See, I think this was a gigantic window. So basically what we're going to do is, I'll get up here on this ladder and show you. We're going to stud this. So we're going to stud this from the bottom up to the height of the, leave the window opening, rough opening, and then we're going to 2x4 it across. And then we're going to put in another vertical, another vertical 2x4 in here. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. So I'll update you once we get a couple 2x4s and stuff in. That way you can kind of see more about what I'm talking about. But it's not too bad of a job. It's pretty easy. I mean, the worst part's taken off. The worst part's taking the seal and everything out and the trim off. But if you ever have a window like this that's in a shower, most likely your base down here is going to be all rotted out anyway, because the water hits there and seeps in there, because it just wasn't. Bathrooms back in the day, they weren't designed, they didn't have, most of them had bathtubs, so then they'd put a window in for ventilation, because they didn't have like our roof vents and stuff, you know, so they just opened the window for ventilation for the bathroom. And then people went and put showers in there, and then now the water just sits on the seal, rots out your seal and rots your 2x4s underneath the seal. So most of the time, if you're doing this and you have an old house like this, the seal is probably going to be rotten. Luckily for us, this one is not, so saved us a little bit of work. If it would have been, then we would have had to pull all this siding off here, and we would have pulled this seal off and whatever 2x4s we had to fix, and we'd have had to fix this whole area. But luckily for us, it wasn't that bad. So I'll get back with you here in a little bit whenever we make some more progress. All right, update. We got it all in, and I'll kind of show you how we framed it. I got spray foam everywhere. I just, any little air gap I seen or whatever, I just put some spray foam on it. That stuff works pretty good. But I'll show you how it's all framed in. So we basically just reframed the bottom, up the sides, spray foamed all the gaps around the windows once we set the screws, got it all screwed in. All this other stuff here on the inside, we're going to be redoing all of this, so it's not really that critical, because all this shower stuff's going to come out, because there's going to be a bathtub actually sitting here. The shower is going to get moved to the other side of the bathroom, so there's actually going to be a bathtub sitting here instead of a shower. So all this is coming off, so that jagged cut and all that's no big deal. But yeah, just frame it up like that, OSB on the outside, and then we'll insulate the inside and put drywall up or whatever once we tear that other stuff down. But pretty easy. Just make sure it's, you know, your windows level and plumb, you know, both this direction and this direction, and level this way. Put your screws through into the sides and you're good to go. But yeah. Slides nice and easy. Perfect. Perfect. Spray foam still setting up, still a little soft. What you could do is, when it's at this state here, since how it's still a little pliable, you can go ahead and cut it off now. It'll be easier with like a razor knife. It's easier to cut it now, so that's probably what I'll do. I'll just take a razor blade and cut that off. But yeah, all this other stuff in here, I sealed every little gap I could find or see, any kind of air from outside, you know, any kind of daylight. Yeah, so that's what we got done today. So like I said, let me know if you guys like this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm probably still gonna put it on. I mean, I guess I'll go off of the views and comments and things like that and see if you guys like the house stuff more than, you know, as well as the car stuff. I know it gets boring watching the car stuff sometimes. Me personally, I like doing both. I love doing the car stuff a lot more. You know, that's more what I'm tailored to. I love building cars, so I tend to do that most often. But my sister needed some help with this, so help her knock this out and get her house all squared away, and then I got a few things to do at my house, so I do that also. But my passion is the car stuff for sure. Side-by-sides, car stuff, four-wheelers, things like that. But well, that's all for today, and we'll talk to you guys later. And make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the like, and if you want notified of any other new videos or whatever, you know, turn that notification bell on, and we'll talk to you guys later. Sorry there wasn't much, the supervisor's not over here. She's at home. I didn't bring her. I brought the, I did have the truck though. I brought the truck, so she could have come if she wanted to, but I left her at home. So sorry if you guys are, you know, looking for the supervisor. She's at home, but she's usually my my sidekick, so she usually tags along. But we'll talk to you guys later. Be safe, and see ya.